Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Hailk empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. Hi, Luna. Hi, pretty moon girl. How you doing? We are in our fields today. Beno, your Benny ball right back here. Beno ball. That's a Benny ball. And Tuck is in the middle. With a butt right there. Tuck sleeping right there. Artie Pants is over here. Artie Pants and I turned a corner in our relationship recently. He started getting real. He's never really been that affectionate toward me, but as of late, he's been like on my lap and sleeping in my nook and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I love it. I love it, Artie Pants. I love it. So, let's see. What was I gonna? I always had all these things I was gonna talk about. Oh, that's kind of. I don't really like seeing that little ball of light there. That's better. Mom's birthday Saturday. She'll be 70, so we always look forward to that. We're just in gratitude today. We're just being in gratitude today. Just so thankful that our little family's blessed to be together another day. Yeah, I just took Sass out. Mom's little DOG, you know. I was just like, Sass, I'll get you. I'm trying to find your own yard. I can't believe I'm still here. I can't believe that I can't conjure up enough to freaking find us a place to live. I think it's really weird. I got turned down, or they sold. But you know what though? Here's a positive side. I know I always got, when I say something negative or bring, oh, that's a downer thought, I always try to freaking counter it with a more of a high vibrational thing. Thing of it is there were two. There were two trailers that I could have got. You know, they sold yesterday. Both of them just sold yesterday. So I'm like close. I'm like, I know I'm a seconds and inches kind of a Heyoka. You know, it's right there. It's right there. So, I don't know. So being in gratitude, you know, I've been listening to a lot of people just read prayers online. You know, I got my Bible right here. I just have been trying, well, if I can't be, you know, because the fear is so imminent. It's like a big cloud that is just constantly trying to ward off with praise to God, and just, you know, trying to replace the words that, oh no, all that stuff and all that, you know, the fear-based crap with praise, and that it's going to be okay, and we've always been okay, and it's just one day at a time. And there's so many people going through stuff right now. There's a lot of people going and then you watch the news and anything with advertising and stuff like that, and it's just like, this is so stupid. It is all so stupid. All I can think about is all the people that have just lost their freaking place in life this last year. They lost their place in this world. So many people lost their place in this world, but they lost it to see. They exchanged it, see, because 2020 is the year of clear vision, and people are supposed to be on a path of righteousness and closer in alignment with divinity and God and creation, and all this prophets, false prophets for profits, not for profits for profits. All this reindeer. Oh, that's not how it is. Yes, that's how it is. You know, the world perpetuating on greed and seediness and lust and grossness and nasty and you know, all that stuff. No, there's a better way, and we ain't lived it. We're supposed to be creating it. We're supposed to be the practitioners of this earth, the custodians of this planet. We're supposed to be cleaning Mother Gaia, ascending with her, peacefully, less hectic than what I'm seeing, see, because people are raising in their frequency, and they think all this good feeling and stuff, oh, I'm just, you know, there's going to be like Raiders of the Lost Ark. We're going to see a whole lot of mofos with melting faces and stuff like that, because they ain't living right. People just don't live right. You know, even when you go into an encounter, a situation and you're scared, doesn't mean you got to be ugly and nasty to people. You know, call it projection. Learned about it back in like 2004 when I went to it was freaking harder than any other. It was a community college. What was it called? It was in Omaha. Anyway, Psych 101. You know, I look at psychology and spirituality, they're intertwined. Because how it's people's vibration, real frequency, how they tune in, what they dial into, you know, they perpetuate that. They do, and there's so many bad doctors. See, that's the thing, is people are like, glorify all these paradigms and all the glory that they are. I'm just like, dude, there's evil mofos in every single paradigm. Because if there were people that didn't feel more than 50.1% shadow and live from their shadow side, the earth definitely would not be the way that it is. It would not be as hard as it is for people to find a place to live. It should not be as hard as it is. I mean, I'm freaking college educated. I'm a freaking Operation Iraqi bullshit veteran. You know, and it just should not be this hard. It just people. That's the thing, is there's no rules. There's all these rules and regulations, but it's to help hinder people, and everything is a popularity contest. Everybody judges everybody by how they look and stuff like that. That's why I never get far. So people just look at me and be like, oh, you want it too much. Don't let her have it. You know, and then energetically I'm like, no, I'm not of this earth. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and I'll endure whatever situation, whatever comes to me, I will endure it. I will comply. And then one day, when I pass on and go meet Pete in the meeting in the sky, all this is just bullshit, man. All this is just bullshit. You know, when people die, I think it's like freaking defending your life. Al Brooks, that was a good movie, where people look at your tapes, look at where you were a freaking scumbag, and look where you were opportunistic, and look where you cheated and you stole and you harmed people by just doing what you wanted to do. And I'm speaking to myself too. I don't live that way anymore. I live for my mom and my dogs. All I want is a little freaking small little place in this world that we don't have to move from. We have little electricity, maybe a little internet. You know, maybe have people come visit. So I'm traveling is just too much of a hassle. And then I've been all the places I want to see. And you know what? I've been to this place over here, and this place over here, and this place over here. And you know what? All of it is pretty much the same. Once you've been to a place, it's all pretty much the same. Yeah, there's spectacular, you know, places in the world. There's you know, grandiose places. I've been there too. But I can go there in my imagination. You know, I don't have to physically travel there, because I think of the effort that it entails to freaking traffic and parking and just any place that's overpopulated where there's too much people. Because people ruin everything, man. They've ruined this whole planet. People have ruined this planet. But the planet will be fine, because she'll just flip her switch. Freaking do what she do. It's the freaking earthly Erector sketch. She'll just shake it off. Start with a new slate. You know, some of us will slip through the cracks, you know, and survive. Start a new civilization of what other remnants are left over. You know, the hourglass keeps going, and people live this earth, and I watch the lives that they choose to live on purpose. It's very humane. It's very humanistic. People are very limited in scope. If they were broader in scope, the world would be a much better place, because we make the world as how we imagine it to be. And I hope it's not because I haven't been grateful enough. You know, that's how I'm trying to do my part, is not be that freaking sad sack, that, you know, I want to be one less angry person in the world, and shoot, you know. Anger is a terrible, toxic, wicked thing. Justify it or not, it will eat you. It will kill you. It will kill you. Or it will kill somebody else. Your anger on someone else. They call it crimes of passion. It happens every day. Where do people learn how to control themselves? Where do they learn how to emotionally control themselves? I learned from meditation. I learned from pause. From if I can be still and not jump on any train of thought for an hour, then in an instant where somebody's trying to get my goat, I'll be able to hold my composure enough to not let them get my goat. So, I don't know, people are celebrating. I guess some people are with family. That's cool. I take my family with me wherever I go. What's going on in the news today? Anything big going on in the news? Or is it just more pageantry? More bells and whistles? I just, because I've seen the budgets on these little shows, on these pageantries and stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, that could be like housing for like 50 people. This little half-hour little excerpt there, it's just bullshit. It's all crap. Let's see what's going on in the news today. That's important. NFL injury and roster news for week 12. Those freaking dumb guys make so much money for a very few percentage of the population that benefits from watching them. They really like it that much. Go down and play on a Sunday afternoon in the park. Why do you got to get paid millions? I did talks on that. I'm not a fan of pro sports, all that big business. I'm more into big, like, community living and maybe going to visit other people's communities if it's cool, but the world's going back to grassroots. I did a talk on it freaking 3 years ago. Bartering, trade, and people that don't know, like, can't provide a service, if you're ugly, you're in trouble. Pretty much, because everything comes down to people, how they look, and that's where this earth is a very shallow place. I watched excerpts of like the VMAs. I'm like, they're still perpetuating that nonsense too. Okay, okay, especially in Los Angeles where there's freaking homeless people everywhere, and that the cost of the venue, all the freaking presents and all the important people. I'm like, dude, I don't even hardly listen to music, like mainstream music at all anymore. There's nothing out there for me right now. I'm sure that there's plenty of good stuff. It's just not for me. I saw Feinstein. She said she's stepping down as top Democrat on state judiciary committee. Well, you old bag, what fucking took you so long? It's called rotation of freaking service, man. These people should have had term limits on. She's one of the biggest proprietors, one of the biggest people that ruined that state because of freaking ideas. They come up with an idea and they're like, make it happen. But they don't know how it affects so many people because they aren't a real person. Because when people freaking pay themselves as much as these people pay themselves to control other people, I think to everyone that is a public servant that is in the Senate, Congress, President, I think every single one, it should be like when you were 6th grade, got to go to need camp. I never got to go. I always missed it. But, because we were moving around a lot and I always just missed it. Either we moved right before it was happening or we got there right when everyone was getting back. But that was something that they did in California. You go camp for a week in the 6th grade, right? Well, I think every single one of them should go camp amongst your constituents, amongst the people that are living in the tents and on the city streets and things like that. Yeah, I'm adamant about it. And get their stories and talk to them, and then you can fix the system that way. Because diverting people to your website and telling people to write an email, people don't answer emails. It is amazing how lazy people have gotten. And they all work from home and they still don't want to do anything. It's amazing. It's like there's a 35% of the population, they're just like living comfortably, middle, upper class, whatever, not a problem. But there's 65% of the rest of the population that are trying to get freaking people to answer phones. They're trying to get freaking, because they create all this this red tape. You can't get through it. It's unless you know somebody. Supposedly, we're witnessing the fall of civilization. Well, let's see what civilization means. Let's look at that. Civilization. What is civilization? What is being civilized? Civilization definition. Oh, and then there's a cop that just got busted for really, and they said that this is the first time it's happened. Oh, dude. Don't get me started on the lowest test scores in the military. Second to the lowest. That's what a police officer is. And then they get out, go back to this is high school. Yeah, then they're all glorified. You know what? I can see, I'm empath. So all these freaking they're all the same in high school all the way up. You can take high school away, but you don't take out the characteristics. You know, like the Chets. They're all the same. They're all the same. The Bretts. The stage of human social and cultural development and organization that is considered most advanced. See, but the people that got this administration and so many administrations all over the world, they got it twisted. They confuse organization with domination. Yeah. That's what we're seeing. It is absurd how many people, how many Americans freaking bent over, grabbed their ankles and said, "Okay, I'll wear a mask." And now I personally know somebody that has died of the virus. Also stated by his brother, due to his other health ailments, the Rona did him in. That is why I'm constantly trying to get people to get more healthy. Healthy. Health is your wealth. Yeah. Yeah. Because once your freaking body starts going, all the money in the world, you know, you can make yourself more and more comfortable a little while. But, you know, and life is really short. People do not recognize how life short and life and fragile life is. Life is so fragile. Every day, Mom and I are, because we'll put lotion on her feet and stuff like that. And I'm just, you know, every day, Mom is a blessing, is a gift. But the days that I forget, she reminds me. She reminds me just the blessing to be able to walk. And I can't believe I got to pay the freaking, see, because like, it is, I can't, it's just absurd. The red tape. And they just create more, now it's what, freaking space, whatever, bullshit. It's just more resource suck. It's just more money to go to a small select group of people, when that small select group of people could be, and you know what, if I freaking hear again about, it's okay, it's alright, how people that are homeless are mostly druggies and druggies and people with mental health issues. I was like, what a dumb broad, what a dumb bitch to say something like that. I'm like, good for you that you have not been traumatized in life to the point that you can't even imagine and put yourself in the heart space of what it's like for another human being to have lost everything. There are people who have lost everything. There's so many people, single people floating the earth without a place in this world. And if it weren't for Mom, I would be one of them people. I would be. Because there's this, it got gross. The earth got gross and dingy and dirty and dark. And some of us are spiritual beings and we don't want to live in a dark, nasty, gross, but people are too lazy to clean it up because it might take some accountability. They might have to stand out and say, you know what? I did this and I got to go make it right. I'm seeing more of that. I'm seeing it. I see accounts of that. There's a guy that's dying of cancer. He's at the end of his life, and he went back. It was a deal back east or something about how he went to the police and said, I killed this guy freaking back in 1998 or something. You know, people start to you do. And either people come more into their spirit and start cleaning up the wreckage of their past and don't want to take the burden of the weights of those behaviors and whatnot with you to your next incarnation. You know, people don't want to take it, and there's so many people that don't even know what they're doing. They're just, oh, I'm just living my life, I'm just doing what I want, I just, you know, gotta make that green, you know. I just, you know, what I do doesn't impact other people. Brr, brr, brr. Well, energy that people put out, you know, and just living dirty, just living dirty, just living dirty. They say godliness is next to cleanliness, and I gotta, yeah, yeah. Do the best you can with what you got, you know. It's all you can do. Try and stay positive if you're feeling low, because these energies are no joke. I see freaking Maja, she's all fired up. 3 days in a row she's done talks that are like 2 hours, hour and a half. She's on her roll. She's in her element. That's cool. Tomorrow my niece is going to be 6. God, I'm missing out. I just miss out. God, I just watch people live their lives, man. Fucking tired of missing out on shit. God, it's just so stupid. So stupid. So, maybe next year, huh? What's the matter, girl? What's the matter? Go, girl? Yeah? You're so pretty and smart and funny. Should we cut this and go back to watching Longmire? Yeah? So, alright. What else was I going to talk about? It's when I don't make notes anymore. The society, culture, and the way of life in a particular area. See, I don't know. Things are going to get so weird because, the way I see it, living in a city, shit's going to get hard to get because of supply chains and stuff like that. And they're already a nightmare, you know? And it's like people don't look out for their neighbor anymore, so people are always looking over the shoulder. That's why I really want to be a part of a community. I just want to be a part of a mobile home park. Something like that. Just a place, you know? And then it was so stupid. I don't know, they make it just so hard. There's so many empty houses, and there's so many empty structures, and so many empty buildings all over the freaking United States. But, all these powers, nobody's on the other end to answer the phone or to get people in them and stuff like that. It's just so bizarre. I think people like to make people suffer because they feel small inside. I really do. You alright, Ma?